Anyway, we opened up a health food store, did it for many moons. We were in the health and wellness industry when literally there were about 5 natural products, in the 70s, in the 80s. And when you said eating healthy, they thought about tofu, and it was just nasty. It was nasty food. But anyway, over the years, we had this store. And do you ever have friends who were always coming by selling something? Well, that was Dorothy Cook. Y'all all know Dorothy Cook, right? Dorothy Cook would come into my shop selling something. She came in with the electricity. She came in with something. She always was selling something. Well, one time she came in with some purses. And she had some blue ones, some red ones, some green ones, whatever on the table. And I said, oh, I really like this one. Do you have that one in red? And she started grabbing the purses up. When I have red, they want blue. When I have blue, they want red. You just can't satisfy people. I said, well, I mean, if you think about it, when you have inventory, people, you sometimes don't have what you need. It kind of makes you mad because you're like, man, I gotta go buy some more stuff. Why they can't buy the ones I have? Right? So I told my dad, I said, oh, Dad, I done made that woman mad. I said, next time she come, I'm gonna buy something, So I already had the sympathy sale for her. And we all do sympathy sales. The lady selling Mary Kay, the children selling cookies, candies, all them during calendars. We all do sympathy sales, right? So when she came into the shop, I started pulling up my wallet. I said, I gotta buy something for this woman because I didn't buy nothing last night, right? She comes in there with a Body Magic. She said, I got something that'll drop you 2 sizes in 10 minutes. So being the diva that I am, I looked at her, I said, you didn't drop no 2 sizes. No, I'm fine. No, I think you must be talking to somebody else. I don't even know. No. What I'm saying is this garment will totally accent your figure and will help you with your bag because you stand up all day. I said, yeah, you better clean it up. So she said, no, Arga, come on in and we're going to try on this garment. So I have a 9-year-old who literally works at the shop with me also. So we went in the bathroom. I took my clothes off, and when I took my clothes off, my 9-year-old says, "Ooh, mommy, you have 2 stomachs." Y'all know how children are; they are too honest. So I rolled my eyes at her and I said, "Well, one of them is your fault." Yeah, it is. One of us are fault. So I went ahead and I stepped into the garment, squeezed into it, and I said what every other woman says. This is the wrong size. This ain't gonna fit. Dorothy, it ain't gonna fit. She was like, Arga, can you be quiet? I was like, but it ain't gonna fit. I was like, oh my, okay, all right. So I put it on, and instantly when I got it, when you flip the garment over and it gets over that back, I was like, ooh, because that back pain instantly went away. I was like, okay, but I ain't tell her that. So then I put the garment on, and I snapped it up, and I turned and looked in the mirror, and I was getting ready to smile, and my daughter looks down, and she looks up, and she looks down, and she said, whatever that thing costs, you need to buy it. Because the muffin top is gone, and you don't have the booty do. I said, what's the booty do? When your when your stomach sticks out more than your booty do. I can't stand them children. I can't stand them. So anyway, I bought the garment. I bought the garment. I was ready to buy the garment and an angel bra. Shell it out or whatever. You know how we'll buy something. So she said, Arga, you spending this, you have the shop, you should do the business. I said, oh no. And then when I found it was network marketing, I said, I'm not doing that. Because I sold all of them. I worked really hard. I'm not doing it. And I'm on the NFL list. No friends left to call, right? So anyway, because, I need the bang for my buck, I went ahead and bought it. I went ahead and signed up as a distributor. Because if I could save 4 quarters, I want to save them, okay? Got into the business, didn't do a thing with it for 3 months. But I went from a size 18 to a 12, right? In a month and a half. And you can pass this around. All my friends that would come in, I was so proud. I would raise my shirt. Girl, look at me. I got on this Body Magic. They were like, oh, yeah, you look good. Nobody buzzed. Nobody said a thing. I was like, girl, I love this thing. I would tell people about it. Nobody bid on it. Until my one girlfriend came in the shop, Gail Mathis. Have y'all heard of Gail Mathis? Yes. Gail Mathis came in the shop and she said, Arga, what are you doing? I said, nothing, just wearing this Body Magic. And she called me on a busy day because she usually comes in during lunchtime, so it was busy. I said, what are you doing? I said, I'm wearing this garment. She said, what garment? And so I opened my shirt up. You become a professional flasher. Raised my shirt like, okay, sell me one. I need one. I said, not selling you no garment. You need to call the woman. You're not gonna sell me a garment? I said, no, because all I can think about, you my friend. You women are a trip. Y'all might want to wear it one time and bring it back. I have to cut you. You call the woman and get your own garment. I don't have time to measure you or do any of that. That's all it was. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just did not want to do the business. So she said, give me the number. She called Dorothy and Ruth Stinley, and they put her in the business, and she fell in love with it because she had to go to her reunion. And you know how sometimes you put on outfits and the buttons pop? Yeah. So she had safety pins in the dress so that if it popped, y'all know we do that? Come on, you know how we just have to wear this dress and we make it work. So in 1 month, she sold $12,000 worth of product. Okay? Wow. 2 days before the end of the month, she called me and she was like, Arga, you got to get on auto ship with artists. I said, Gail, I ain't getting on no auto ship. How many of y'all have done auto ship in other companies and you have boxes and boxes of this stuff? Come on, y'all. Still got $30,000 worth of Mary Kay at home. Okay, people can't give them to nobody for Christmas anymore. But, you know, she would say, get on auto ship 2 days before the end of the month. I said, Gail, I'm not getting on no more auto ship. Don't call me about this artist stuff. Now, I gave you the information. You go do what you need to do. Don't get on auto ship. Girl, this thing has blessed me. You need to get on auto ship. Call a company and get on auto ship. I said, Gail, she said, Arga, fool, get on auto ship. And she hung the phone up. I said, let me call these people and get on auto ship. So I called them, got on auto ship, paid $100, right? 3 days later, my same 9-year-old checks the mail for her. So she knows to separate the junk check, the junk mail, the checks, and, you know, real stuff, right? So she said, oh, Mommy, here's a new check. I said, yeah, right. Put it over there. She opened it up. She said, no, Mommy, it's a real check. I said, yeah. You know, I'm thinking it was one of the, you know, $1 checks. You change your light bill, they get $75 with it. So I opened it, and it was a check for $400. Had not sold not one garment. But because Gail Mathis sold $12,000 worth of products, I got a check back for $400. Hello. Lights went off. Hello. Jumping, screaming, I'm ready now, okay? I was like, well, if they're going to pay me $400 for not doing anything, what if I tell a few people, right? So I was excited. So I said, well, let me call a few people. I called my aunts, you know, a few people that might buy something. So I went out and did a little work, recruited 10 people. My second check was $2,500. I was like, oh, thank you. Because I can do something with $2,500, you know. $400 is cool, but with $2,500, I could pay all my light bill. I could pay not just cars, I could pay all. Y'all know how we call them and say, I just want to pay past due amount. What's the cut date? But with the $2,500, I could pay all of mine. You know, I could do something with it. I could do something with it, you know, and that to me, in network marketing, my thing is I don't have 3 years to wait to get paid. I need to get paid in 60 and 90 days, right? So my third check with Artists International was $5,500. Y'all, I don't drink, I don't smoke crack, but I felt like a dope fiend. Because I didn't sleep. I'm like, oh, this thing is real. It's hot. Do you know anybody want to drop 2 or 3 times? I'm like, girl, come on my house today. I'm having a stroke. Girl, come on my house today. I did it every day. I did it so much. I was on fire till my husband would come home from work and I would have women at my house and I would be standing up in there with my body magic. My husband say, okay, now you can beside yourself. I don't know what if you're selling garments or selling something else. I'm like, okay.